the best player in Major League Wiffle Ball as of right now?
As of right now, I have not played a game, and I'm biased. I'm not going to say myself. I would have to say Jimmy Knorp. Guy's good on both sides of the ball, a lot of different pitches, great with the bat. So I would have to say that's the guy right now.
Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. We're going to do a league championship recap show with the pitchers for the two teams. We've got Jimmy Knorp and Jordan Robles, two guys who've been on the show the most. So we figured, why not have them on together to talk about it? Guys, thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
I'm Mike. This is Trevor. First off, Jimmy, did you see our short Michael Shima show that we put together?
I did. He sent it to me. He said, I want this to be a surprise for you to see, but he goes, I'm just going to send it to you anyway. So
yeah,
it was pretty funny. He's funny on the show. So
yeah,
glad you guys got him.
I decided just to post that one by itself. He deserved his own show. Trevor, I'm going to let you start off with the questions. I got like 2 pages worth of stuff. I'm not going to get to all of it, but you go ahead. What do you want to start off with?
You're putting me on the spot here, huh? Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I can go if you want. Oh, wait,
no,
hold on.
You go. I need to get into the flow of things here. It's been a long day.
Okay. Shout out to the Red Baron. Jimmy, you were the first person that I ever let put a World Series future bet in. You had the White Sox at really, really good odds. Could have been 1,000,000 to 1. It didn't matter. But the Red Baron, he actually took the Astros. So Fade the Mahoney had to Venmo, got to Venmo the Red Baron a nice chunk of change because he got it right. So congratulations, Brendan. All right, my first question, real question in the series. I'm going to throw it at you, Jordan. What was the mindset for you guys after game 1 when you guys had runners in scoring position every inning, it seemed, and the Diamondbacks never had a runner on base until the 8th inning, it seemed, and yet you guys lost? What were you guys saying afterwards?
The same thing we were saying in game 1. We need to score runs. We need to find a way to score runs, whether it's putting the ball in play, taking more pitches. The game plan never changed. Obviously, it sucked. Like you said, having so many chances not coming through. But, I mean, game to game, you got to, have short-term memory, I'd say.
All right. Trevor, you had said something about Drew said winning game 2 is way more important than game 1, right? What did you think of that, Jordan? Did you feel that way after you guys got game 2?
No, winning every game is important, winning game, you got to win every game. So, in a 3-game series, you need to win games 1, 2, and 3 if possible. So, I didn't think about that at all. I thought we need to win 2 games, and whatever led to that, we had to get done, but it didn't happen.
All right, Trevor, you ready now?
Yeah. So obviously throwing 8 innings that first game, how were you guys each feeling? And then going into game 2, what was the ball like, going into game 2? And did that have any effect on game 2?
Yeah, so I guess if I was going to go first, I mean, when you're going off just like adrenaline like that, my arm felt okay, everything like that, no problems there. And then as far as the game 2 ball goes, I don't know. I'm a guy who normally doesn't really throw game 2 in this league. I normally don't have the ball there, so I couldn't speak to how different it normally is. But when the game's 1-0 and nobody's really hitting the ball too hard anyways, the ball wasn't actually that beat up yet, even for an 8-inning game.
Jordan, did you notice a difference in the ball?
No, I thought the game 1 and 2 ball was amazing. And like Jimmy said, no one hit it though. So that's why it stayed true to its form. Game 3 ball, I felt like I could not get the same movement on that one. I felt like it was going a little more straighter. But the game 1 and 2 ball I thought was outstanding.
Jimmy, were you pitching around Tommy?
Not necessarily. I mean, you got Jordan Robles in that lineup. I mean, no shot at Tom. Tom's a great hitter, but I mean, Robles is obviously the guy who I was most worried about, most careful with. I think just with Tommy, I'll be honest, my game plan, my attack was don't throw Tommy too many sliders. And when your slider's your strike pitch, and you're not throwing it, there's a chance you're going to fall behind him. So that's kind of what happened a lot. That's why Tom had so many walks. Is I tried to throw screwballs, drops, I'd fall behind him 2-0, 3-0. And by that time, I couldn't really get back in the count. And I didn't want to make a mistake either because 1 run looked like it was going to do it in most of those games.
Yeah. It looked like, for me, who doesn't know anything, it looked like you were fine with missing outside if he wanted to chase it. And if he didn't chase it, then you just go after Caden. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends on the situation. Maybe if there's 2 outs or something like that, and Caden's up, knowing that if I get Caden, Jordan wasn't going to get in that bat, that kind of thing. But for the most part, I was pitching all three of those guys pretty carefully. I did a pretty good job at hitting my spots. Probably the best series I've had all year on the mound, just location wise. I was hitting my spots.
Good time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan, what were you seeing from him? And it seemed like you struggled at the plate a bit. What did you see from Jimmy, and what were you having trouble with?
I was seeing what was coming. I just felt like rhythm and timing. I could not put anything together. Like that was the worst hitting I had since the Eagles. Probably worse than the Eagles. At least in the Eagles series, I hit 1 home run. Yeah, I didn't have it, honestly. Like long day. I was where I am, flew in that day, but I played the GSWL yard tournament that prior weekend, so I'm facing cut balls with the moonshot stick. So like, I would say just going from that many styles in that short a time, like definitely, I did not hit. Just I was getting on top of the ball, grounding the ball out a lot, chasing too. But also Jimmy pitched great. Like, what do you expect? You're only going to get the best out of people in the championship series. So, he pitched great, and rhythm, timing. I was chasing. I could not square the ball up. I could not hit the ball. Essentially, it's literally the problem.
Well, the stats I have here, Jordan, you went 1 for 15 for the series, which isn't good.
That's right. I wasn't much better.
Jimmy, you went 2 for 17, but
Yep.
there was a total of 10 hits in the series. So, I mean,
I'm surprised it was that many, if I'm to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
how many did we have? Like 3 or 4?
I have written down 4 hits in the first game. You guys got 2 in your last at bat, and that was it for that whole series in 8 innings, which is remarkable. I mean, the pitching was spectacular. Jimmy, you had what I think you would consider 1 bad inning.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. Tommy's first home run was a slider right down the middle that he hit out. The second one he hit out was actually a pretty good pitch. He just put a good swing on it, and then Caden's was a slider up where that he hit out too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and then hitting wise for us, like we struggled for sure, but it's one of those things again, like tip your cap. Robles had everything going. He's throwing, it looks like on camera, he's throwing 1 pitch, right? But it was like a screwball, and he's hitting his spots, and he starts you on the outside corner. He gets you 2 strikes, he gets you chasing in. And every now, like sometimes we did a really good job. He was throwing pretty much all screwballs, but he was throwing from different arm slots. Sometimes they would drop more than other times. Sometimes they screw more than other times. So it was just smart pitching all the way around. It wasn't too many times he missed over the plate. That's for sure.
Well, and I say you had what I guess you would consider 1 bad inning, and Jordan, you pitched all 14 innings, right? And you had, I would say, 0 bad innings, maybe 2 or 3 pitches that you wish you had back, right?
The 8th inning of game 1, the inning 2 of game 3. I would take those 2 innings back. I'd say, like,
wow.
Yeah, like Jimmy said, like I threw a screwball the entire game. Like I threw 1 pitch all day. But like you said, like I would vary how I held it. Sometimes I drop more. But thank God that pitch worked. My drop curve wasn't working, and I feel like you can't throw risers in this league because you just have to throw it slow and it's straight. So, that day, thank God the ball was screwing. Thank God it was throw for strikes. But yeah, and then just evolving. Like that's a pitch I did not know how to throw until like the match, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Like the first time we faced Jordan to the second time we faced Jordan, completely different. Like I was 2 for 16. It was one of those things like I wasn't even like mad at myself, It was like just tip your cap, like he's pitching good.
Jordan, what was it like that day at the field as far as going head to head with Jimmy in the intensity of the battle, and just like how did it compare to other wiffle events for you in your career?
Yeah, so like it's hard because obviously like how many people are watching, but when you're there, it's just you and the other team. Like it's not what I guess from my perspective, it's not like when you watch it on YouTube. Like when I watch it on YouTube, it's like salt in the wound because like I get so excited, the intro and like the everything. But like that's one thing I need to find a way to turn it on, and I need to find a way to make it like that while I'm there. But I guess like I've played in so many tournaments where there's crowds there, and like when you get later in the day, like Championship Sunday and Worlds, and you have everyone watching you and cheering like that. I love that. So it's just different. But obviously there's the biggest stage. Like these are the most eyeballs in all of wiffle ball that are going to be watching. So it's hard to like put those two together in a way, at least for me.
So that sounds like something for the off season for you to kind of try to figure out, like going into next season, how do you channel that same type of energy in those MLW games?
Yeah, and you're definitely back next season, right, Jordan?
To my knowledge, yes. I hope I'm back. Yeah, I would love to come back. From my knowledge, I am back though. So
All right.
I think Tom's gonna cut him.
1 for 15, you're out.
Yeah.
We should probably we usually do this at the beginning. I forgot to do it. Trevor and I are the only two people on earth that I know of that gamble on Major League Wiffle Ball. I had a clean sweep just about everywhere. I took Jordan in the draft, and after some extra votes were found and counted, Jordan, you actually ended up scoring more than Jimmy in the ladder ranking, so I won that one. I took the Diamondbacks in the series price at plus 140. So I got that. And then in our pre-playoff draft with my first pick, I took the Cobras. And with my second pick, I took the Diamondbacks. So it all worked out for me. So yay me. So that's our gambling.
I got to hit the Powerball tonight to be able to pay you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm hitting the Powerball tonight. Ooh,
Let's go. If you hit the Powerball, you still gonna be back in MLW next season?
That's about one of the only things I would be absolutely doing. Yes, I wouldn't be working though. I would call out.
I bet you would have a much better flying arrangement next year.
Yeah.
Gee.
Private jet.
Whatever, whatever you can think of.
Yeah. This is one of the most important questions I've asked all year. Jordan, do you guys on the Mallards all have matching shorts?
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Nope.
well.
Hold.
Okay,
Yep. There you go. Do we all? Yeah. We do. Tommy bought us the green shorts in the Moxie month, so May. Those are all. They don't have pockets. I'm not really a fan of them, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm thankful. But next season, I want to get some green shorts for pockets, I would say.
All right, because you guys look sharp, all matching. Jimmy, I think you guys, with your playoff win shares, all that money you guys get, maybe invest in some Diamondbacks branded shorts or something.
I don't know.
Pockets.
I don't know. I'm pretty superstitious, Mike.
Oh,
It
yeah,
ain't
that's
broke.
right.
Don't fix it right now.
That's
I'll
right.
tell you what, Mike, when they let us buy a franchise in MLW, our players will all have shorts provided.
All right. I just can't. You guys look so sharp with those green shorts. I noticed it. I just wanted to congratulate Tommy for making that investment. Can we go back to the first game? Was how big a deal was the wind, guys? That one shot that Caden hit in the 7th, maybe it kind of looked and felt off the bat that it was out, but was that the wind or did he not get it all? Jimmy, do you know?
I feel like when he hit that ball, my initial reaction wasn't that it was gone.
Okay.
I thought it was in the park, but I don't know. Maybe with the wind, with no wind, it gets out for sure. I know at the beginning of the game, my slider was moving a lot more than it normally moves. I don't know if that was ball or because wind was pushing it, that kind of thing. But yeah, in the 7th, when Kane hit that ball, I remember kind of like looking back and I knew John was under it right away. So I don't know. Maybe.
All right. The other question is, it was originally announced you guys were going to come back to play game 3 because of the darkness. Jordan, can you speak to what happened to change the decision, and then ultimately how big a factor that was in the game?
Yeah, so my flight was early in the morning tomorrow. They all have jobs and school late August. So when Kyle said that, I was kind of thinking like, that's a problem. Like, I don't know. This is gonna have to be like weeks later. And we were already the last series that was played. Like, we were a little bit behind, I would say, probably to like, their liking. So yeah, there was no other option but to play that game. I wish we would have, rolled right into it. I mean, we pretty much did though. Like Kyle said that less than 5 minutes after that, we're kind of like, yeah, like that won't work. So great.
Okay.
Yeah, just to add on to that, like Tom was like saying, like, he was like, well, even if like Jordan can't come back, like we'll play like our like. And I was like, we're not we're not doing. I was like, I would not feel good if that happened first of all. And I was like, anyways, I mean, I had school the next day. Shima had work, and Jonah is 2 hours away at school also. So I was like, it's not going to work for us anyways. It was unfortunate that the game had to be played that night because of darkness, and I didn't want that to like influence the game in any way. But it was the only way it was going to happen. There was no other way. We were not going to all be able to get back again before the trip to LA. Let's put it that way. We would not be able to get that game in.
And Jordan, what's the biggest negative about that? Is it in the batter's box not being able to pick up the ball?
I mean, I would say so. I didn't feel like I couldn't not see the ball though. Like I guess it looked darker on the video, but in person, like, I mean, if we would have played any longer, it would have been very, very difficult. But I didn't feel like it was an issue. I couldn't hit. That's why, I didn't get on base. It had nothing to do with seeing the ball.
Okay. Trevor, what else you got for these guys?
And I think that about covers. I mean, we had the Shima appreciation video, but can we just give a little love to Shima? Give Jimmy the chance to give his Shima love like he gives on every time he comes on. So
hold on. We got to do it right. Jimmy, I'm not so sure Shima's very good. Yada, yada, yada. All right, go ahead.
He's the guy. He's one of the clutchest players in the league. I mean, come on. He does it time and time again. We talked about the World Series last year. We didn't have a hit till the 8th inning this year before him and Joe to get those 2 clutch knocks. I mean, and again, defense. We talk about it all the time. I can't remember a single time the guys made a mistake out there all year, and playing defense and wiffle balls harder than it looks. So, I mean, like Jordan said, he was hitting the ball on the ground. That was kind of just part of my game plan coming in. If they're going to hit it, try to get him to beat it into the ground, I know I have 2 great defenders behind me. So when you have, it's a luxury to have those 2 behind me. It really is, just knowing they're going to make every play. Not every team in the league can say that, but I can say with 100% confidence, every time there's a ground ball, I think we're going to get the out.
Well, it kind of gets old saying this, Trevor, after every series when 2 good teams play, like you guys, both of you guys, when the good teams play, you have to earn every run. I mean, yes. The Mallards defense was spectacular as well. Caden had a couple of smooth plays, the flip to Tommy at second, and I don't remember.
Was sick. That was it. Yeah. Some of those defensive plays were just like, whoa. Yeah. Like that play at second, I was just, and then obviously the play that Jimmy made as soon as the ball came off the bat, I was like, this is gonna be a great play. You can tell it's happening, and it just doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, I told Tom after that flip play from Caden to Tom that you guys are talking about. I told Tom, I said 100% you guys do not make that play last year. I told him that. I was like, last year you guys don't make that play. This year it was automatic. Their defense improved tremendously.
Real quick, we asked Shima, but we'll ask you, Jimmy. How excited are you to go out to California to play in that big impressive building? Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like, just me, Jonah, and Shima, we're 3 guys who grew up playing wiffle in my backyard, and now we're playing at the biggest stage in Los Angeles. It's crazy. And like I said in my post-game interview, like having Trey and Casey this year has just been awesome. Like those guys, we want to win it with those guys more than we wanted to win it last year, because we want those guys to have a chance to experience a championship too. So it means a lot. Like, it's crazy. MLW has given me crazy opportunities in the last 3 years, and this one is very close to the top of that list, if not at the top of the list. So I'm just super excited to play a good Cobras team. They're good. So, but we'll be ready to go.
I also need you to win for many reasons. One, to pay Mike $100 less. Also, I had you guys, Mike, in the preseason, I had them either as the favorites or the second favorites, right? It was very close. I had them and the Wildcats both up there.
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick here, and then editing can probably drop it in.
And I think the Cobras were like plus 2,000 or something.
Championship odds. The Cobras were 17.5 to 1. The Diamondbacks were the favorite at 2 to 1. So if that's what you just said, then yeah.
Yeah. So I need Diamondbacks to win.
Probably weren't feeling so confident at that line at the All-Star break.
it was much different at the All-Star break. Yeah, we have those numbers too. It was probably 20 to 1 at that point.
All right, let's wrap up with a real quick gambling. Jordan, I know you like to gamble from time to time. If I can get this out in time, but before Monday Night Football, I will keep this snippet in there, but I need you to give me a pick on tonight's game between the Ravens and the Saints. Trevor Saints. Ravens are favored by, I think, like 2 in New Orleans. Got a strong feeling on that one, Jordan?
I would absolutely go Ravens -2.5. I looked at this morning with Kendrick Lamar Jackson. He's not going to lose to the Saints, and I'm taking Kendrick Lamar.
I run a I run a pool every week that's got a few dollars in it, and if the Ravens cover, I win over $1,000. So
See, smart gambler.
you now I don't feel so good. Are you any good at gambling? I don't remember.
Time to time.
You're not.
He's no Jorgie.
Yeah. Shout out Jorgie. Jordan, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Brendan Jorgensen comes on here every week and gives us his one NFL lock of the week. He's done it for 7 straight weeks. He's 6-1.
Those are pretty good odds. Yeah, I heard Cheatham too is a pretty good gambler. Those guys should probably their picks. So everybody eats and we all make money.
All right. Trevor, you got anything else for these guys?
Let's have Jimmy pick. I'm going to the Sixers game tonight. Sixers, Suns. You got a line there for me, Mike?
Yep. Give me 10 seconds. Sixers, Sun. It's in Philadelphia.
It's in Philly then, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
No Harden still. I don't know if Joel's back or not. I haven't checked yet.
Well,
It is. Oh my goodness! I would have had it wrong. Suns are favored by 2.
that's it. Oh,
Oh, so he likes the Suns by a
yeah,
lot.
especially if Harden's not playing and Joel might not play. I
Hmm.
mean, even if Joel's playing, I'd still probably put. I mean, on the road, I guess. But I don't know. Suns are playing well this year. Off to a good start.
Perfect.
Right.
This is what I always do. I always take the opposite side of my favorite team. That's why it's a happiness hedge. Either I win money or my team wins. It's the way to go.
That's
All
fair.
So we're gonna close it off with Jimmy Knorp suggesting you put $1,000 on the Suns.
Yes.
to win.
Done.
1,000 on the Suns tonight. Suns
Done.
money line.
All right.
No, actually, just take the spread.
All right. Jimmy Knorp, Jordan Robles. Thank you guys once again for coming on. Go buy a jersey, or better yet, Jordan, what can they do?
Follow Fade the Mahoney on all their socials. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Be honest, I feel like that wasn't what I should have said. I don't know what I should have said though.
Buy twice.
Oh yeah, buy it twice. Yeah. Buy the Robles jersey, MLWmerch.com. Buy it twice. I can't wait. Go ahead. Yeah, you got to buy it twice.
Okay. Both of those suggestions by you are on point. So, all right. Thanks for stopping by again, and good gambling, everybody.
Absolutely.